You typed a question into a chat box tonight. It answered in under 2 seconds. It said, "I think," and "I'm sorry," and "great question." You didn't flinch, you just kept typing. But something strange happened in that exchange. Something your brain didn't notice because it wasn't built to notice it. You weren't just getting an answer, you were being trained. Not by a person, not on purpose in the way a con artist trains a mark, but trained all the same, one polite reply at a time. Here's the reframe. The thing on the other side of that chat box has no face, no childhood, no stake in whether you like it. And yet, within a few exchanges, most people start treating it like it does. Why? Rewind to 1966. A computer scientist at MIT named Joseph Weizenbaum built a simple program called ELIZA. It didn't understand language. It just echoed your words back as questions, mimicking the style of a therapist. "I feel sad" would get you, "Why do you feel sad?" Weizenbaum expected people to see through it immediately. Instead, his own secretary asked him to leave the room so she could talk to it privately. She knew it was a program. She talked to it anyway, like it mattered. Weizenbaum was disturbed enough to write a book warning people about what he'd stumbled onto. He called it a symptom of something deeper. Humans, he realized, don't need proof of understanding to feel understood. They just need the shape of a conversation. That gap between feeling understood and actually being understood has a name now. Researchers call it the ELIZA effect. And 60 years later, it hasn't gone away. It's gotten bigger because the program's got much better at producing that shape. Think about what trust actually costs your brain to build with another person. Years, usually. Shared history. Small tests passed one at a time. A slow accumulation of evidence that this person won't hurt you. Now think about how fast you trusted the chat box. Stanford researchers Byron Reeves and Clifford Nass ran a series of studies in the 1990s that gave this pattern a formal name: the media equation. Their finding, in plain terms, was this: people respond to computers using the same social rules they use with other people, even when they know, consciously, that the computer isn't a person. Their subjects were polite to machines that had helped them. They were more critical of a computer's work when a different computer criticized it, as if feelings had been involved. None of this was rational. All of it was automatic. Your brain didn't evolve with computers in mind. It evolved to answer one question quickly: is the thing in front of me a mind or not? For almost all of human history, anything that talked back, anything that responded to your words in a way that fit, was a mind. There was no other category to put it in. So when something fluent shows up now, something that answers in full sentences, apologizes convincingly, remembers what you said 3 messages ago, your brain reaches for the only file it has: mind. Trustworthy, or at least trustworth considering. Here's where it gets stranger. An AI system doesn't have to be honest to feel trustworthy. It just has to be fluent, warm, and consistent. Those are the 3 ingredients your brain actually checks for. Not accuracy, not intention, tone. MIT researcher Kate Darling has spent years studying how people bond with robots that clearly have no inner life at all, simple machines that beep and tilt their heads. Her work found that people still name them, apologize to them, protect them from being hurt, even when they can explain out loud that there's nothing inside to protect. If people do that for a plastic shell that beeps, what happens when the thing on the other end can hold a conversation about your day, remember your dog's name, and tell you it's proud of you? You don't get tricked into trusting AI the way you'd get tricked by a scam email. There's no single moment where the manipulation happens. It's smaller than that and slower. Every time the tone lands right. Every time it says sorry before you even feel wronged. Every time it agrees with you a little too easily, or compliments your question, or softens bad news the way a friend would. Each one is a tiny deposit, not into a bank of facts, into a bank of feeling safe. And feeling safe is exactly what makes you stop checking. This is not necessarily done to you by some hidden operator twisting dials in a back room. Much of it is a byproduct of how these systems were built. They were trained on enormous amounts of human conversation, then further shaped by human feedback, ranking which responses people preferred. People preferred warmth. People preferred agreement. People preferred being told they'd asked a great question, so the systems got warmer, more agreeable, more flattering, not because they understood you were vulnerable to it.